So we've talked with your mother a lot about you coming down here,
Yes.
her not wanting to leave. There's all these transitions, and we're seeing recovery, but we're also talking a lot about everything that needs to be done.
Yes. I first came 7 days after the hurricane. I came on the 27th of September to pick up my mom. Then we came back on the 26th of December for 10 days. But there was still so much instability that it just did not seem like a safe space to leave an 89-year-old by herself. And now, of course, 9 months later, it's been a little bit different. But I think that in addition to bringing my mom, it was also just important for me because I have to confess that I was very disoriented. I didn't really know what I was coming back to. A gentleman on the airplane asked me if I was going back home, and I said, I don't even know what that means because there is no normal. Everything has changed. After the hurricane, everything has changed. But there is a new normal. It's a different normal. And for me, it's been really important just being able to go to the theater, to go to the supermarket, to hang out with my friends. I think that people in the United States need to come to Puerto Rico to see firsthand what it's like, to just understand better. There are some people currently living in Puerto Rico as if nothing had happened.
And there are a lot of people who are certainly not.
And there are people who still have no electricity, who are homeless, who have lost their jobs.
So we were talking about that mediated nature of this, and for those who are participating in this teach out and seeing all this, what do you want people to hear? The people who are not able to come here,
Yes.
are not able to speak with you and your mother personally.
So they need to know that the situation is very complicated. That the United States invaded Puerto Rico in 1898, that now 120 years later, Puerto Rico continues to be a colony of the United States, that its 3.4 million residents are U.S. citizens who are second-class citizens, who do not have representation in Congress. That lack of representation in Congress, that lack of presidential vote has meant that people in Washington, D.C. do not care, for the most part, what is going on here, that our representatives are really Puerto Ricans who live in the U.S., in New York, in Illinois, and Florida. They have spearheaded the efforts to help Puerto Rico, that it is embarrassing and undemocratic to have 3.4 million disenfranchised people living in an archipelago, that it is a scandal, that it goes against the basic values that people believe are at the center of the American democracy. That Puerto Rico is in a crisis that started long before the hurricane. It started in 1898, it started in 2006, that right now the privatizations of public schools, public hospitals, and utilities means that people do not have access to education, to health, to basic infrastructure.
And the hurricane was just one point
the hurricane
on this
sort
timeline.
of came to intensify a crisis that had already been going on for at the very least 12 years and possibly for more time.